South Africa, if you come for General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, just know what you are digging yourself a grave, because this guy will end a political career yaga Malema, prematurely so, because whether we like it or not, General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is the Mandela of today's lifetime, because abantu bayamthanda, whether EFF or Julius Malema likes it or not. Lochane. So guys, there's finer details and pay attention in this video, the purpose of this video, because this exchange of weight between Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and Julius Malema, there are some things that people are missing, right? So Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is fixing the country. So currently, the way Ngibona izinto ngakhona ne, Julius Malema spoke like a bitter person in that speech he gave yesterday in Limpopo, because there's no way which Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi can be attacked like that. Meanwhile, he did not attack Julius Malema as a person, like he was talking in general. So the other thing is that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi nangathi niyakhumbula guys, Julius Malema said ukuthi Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, if he wants to join the EFF, he's more than to join the EFF, but on the EFF NPA, and then Malema wati Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is us and nathi we are Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. But now Jiggy Jiggy, he's changing the tune. Let's look at this video.
Fighters, we are General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, and General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is us. We support General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. We are not ashamed of General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. We are calling upon more Mkhwanazis in the police to come out and fight crime and syndicate that has captured the police, that has captured our country. We will not sit back and allow our country to be controlled by drug syndicate.
I do not understand why Julius Malema is so furious about Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi when he was speaking in the ad hoc committee regarding General Khan and Julius Malema. Because, and the other thing that I'm asking myself, why is Julius Malema tatazeling? Why is explaining himself like in everything? Let's look at this.
We are at a point where we cannot afford to lose Mkhwanazi. We are at a point where we cannot afford to lose Mkhwanazi. Somehow, he needs to be retained into the force. And somehow, he needs to be elevated to a national responsibility. Because KwaZulu-Natal has become too small for him. Western Cape needs Mkhwanazi to come and deal with these crimes that are supported by DA, funded DA by money of drugs and gangsterism.
When General Sibiya was testifying in the ad hoc committee, Julius Malema disappeared, right? And then the other thing is that with EFF, they were supporting Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi like from the beginning, guys, up until the 16th of March 2026, after Unkosi started singing about the EFF. Unkosi started implicating the EFF and Fs as well as the EFF CIC in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. And then Fuji, what's surprising, after implicating the EFF, that's whole everything started changing. Because now EFF, it looks like a one-man show. Like all of these people in the EFF, it seems like they can't control or they can't reprimand Malema. If Malema does things his way, if ever when you question, then it's either you are kicked out or maybe you are pushed outside the EFF. And the other thing that you need to pay attention to, all those political parties that have insulted Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi after the 6th July 2025 presser, never kumbula ngisho, like the Fidel Adams, the Kola Barnard, all of them guys, they are mentioned in these commissions, and all along Julius was praising Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi up until then. Let's look at this video.
This is an indication of the influence and access that General Khan has in politicians. So he bragged about it when he told me. To what extent, I did not know. But as you receive information and you get to realize that this man, he is indeed connected to many politicians. I said the lead of EFF, for the first time for me to sit with him, is because as Khan that took me to go and meet with him. Well, obviously, he had his concerns about the rallies and everything they were going to have there, which he would have met me in any way without via Khan. But for whatever reason, Khan arranged that meeting so that we could meet and talk about the concern that they were having as a party. But that was an indication, according to what I observed, that the man is very close to politicians.
And guys, to be honest, there are some red flags, but those red flags about Malema, you won't see them unless, if ever, I'll see a member EFF. But if you member EFF, you will just blue tick them. There's some red flags, guys. Remember, when Atok, they were having their random meetings, and then Julius Malema said to Untantlam Khwanazi created a mess. So if ever in South Africa, check, and then somebody want to fix that, is that person creating a mess? Another red flags. And also the absence of Julius Malema when General Sibia was testifying in the ATO committee. He was nowhere to be found. And then also showing a sympathy to Ket Matlala's children. Meanwhile, with Ket Matlala, like, he created also a big mess in the SAPS. So why should you show Uti Uzolana nomkulugudu? But meanwhile, you know very well Uti now self somewhere somehow kunabantu osebenzana nabo, just like we heard Uti it's alleged to Uti Julius Malema a friend no Mswazi. So Khwanazi, guys, if ever you can look at his testimony in the ATO committee, he didn't lie when he said some of the ATO committee politicians, they prejudge when the person is coming to give a testimony, and then they don't show mercy on others. Like, why should, there are some people when they are coming, they are already prejudged, and the line of questioning, you see, no, this person very like judge you. And then so far, I think the only politicians that made impact or that they showed transparency in the ATO committee, it was ANC, excluding Sangoni, Ukusela Diko, because we all seen Ukusela Diko was protecting some of them Kulukutus of the ANC. And then it was Action SA, Italian James, 10 out of 10. And then also MKP, they did exceptionally very well. Shongwe, Nomvalo, Skosana, they did well. And as well as Jongobang Chile, ANC now, some of the Abo Mbangazita, they did very well in the ATO committee, and including the chairperson of the ANC, Ubabul Khanyan. Like, guys, we need to give him flowers. He was very good. Like, he was not taking any sides. He was also showing professionalism in the ATO committee. Babu Khanyan, you did very well in the ATO committee. And then also, guys, let's not forget the speech that, or the interview that was given by Ukeni Gunene on Podcast and Chill. Let's play you the video.
Julius is calling this man Molefe names. But what is interesting is that the man who is late now, who was the businessman of Molefe, Julius would drive at 12 midnight, at 2 o'clock when that man calls, and drive to his farm.
No ways.
Drive to his farm.
Oh, who's the man?
Mswazi.
Oh, yes, the late.
Julius will drive to his farm.
Dino Gang, the farm in Dino Gang.
Yes.
Whoa.
After Venterfeld. Julius will leave the back room here of Mazoti and drive to that man's house. Julius paid protection, I don't know from who.
Who's Mazotti?
Now, this man and that man were friends. They knew each other. So now that one is dead and this one has a problem, you are now saying this one is this one is that, this one is that. That's hypocritical. He was right in their circle. He was right in their circle.
Oh, wow.
I was at the funeral of Mswazi because I am an MMC of transport. The taxi industry is my stakeholder.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was
yes,
a big
of course.
taxi boss.
Yes.
And I went there. Julia spoke there as a friend of Mswazi.
No way.
He spoke as a friend. How do you then say the friend of Mswazi is now a criminal? Is this? Are you saying Mswazi was a criminal? You were in that circle. If this man was at Mswazi's house, you were there. He probably knows Molefe more than me. But in public, he's portraying a picture of a holy cow. He lives in the backyard of Mazoti, a white person. He says he's not afraid to go to prison, but he goes to get a white woman social worker to come and plead for him. So when it suits him, white people are useful. When he addresses his crowds, white people are evil. So that is Julius, and I'm making that example to show that he speaks for what suits the narrative at that particular time.
Guys, 2026 local government elections, they are going to be so difficult because Nyakumbula Gut, it's alleged that some of the political parties, they are receiving money from the Mgulugutus to campaign. So let me know, Lapi Makaya, in the comment sections what you think about this. But all I can say with EFF members, they should prepare themselves because also on the 23rd of March 2026, Usajan Nkosi continues with his testimony at Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. And Nkosi, his cell phone, guys, it's a crime scene because there's a lot to be revealed. This is just a tip of an iceberg. So, in short, Umkhwanazi did not lie about this. Puzzle iyahlangana. So let me know in the comment sections what do you think about all of these revelations. Make sure you follow for more. Like, comment, and repost.
Sintumule comes here with their own things. And when she walks out here, she's more like a celebrity. And even some members are even thinking that, oh, this is a potential person. I removed her at Crime Intelligence in 2012. Nobody asked why. Just so you know, her history. So he's a person who acts to be doing good, but when she speaks to Spear, you can tell it is not a good person. When I presented, I said, I had experience of manipulation of resources of crime intelligence back in 2012. And there's not much change to date. Not much of the change. So it's there are many other things that we might not raise, but yeah, we can talk the whole day. Do you have the video?
I've sent it to Mr. Romano. He's going to play just now. But just while we edit, General, you said nobody asked why she was removed or that you have in fact removed her from crime intelligence. Now that we have you here, would you be able to tell us why you removed her from crime intelligence?
It is all because of this abuse of secret fund account. Attending functions and parties, chat gatherings and stuff like that should not be attended, using the money. Honorable Chair and members, in 2011-12 when I was acting, I asked the entire management of crime intelligence to move away temporarily while we launch an investigation. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish that because Jara Piacha came in and she put other people in there. There were a lot of wrong that we saw at the time that we're trying to deal with, that we didn't get to. There are many crime intelligence officials that are benefiting on the wrong. I'm sure the National Commission will have presented before you how Gerald Khan, the darling of some of the members in this committee, has been receiving payment on the lease of his own property to the police using secret fund account, amongst others. So there are too many wrong within crime intelligence been happening that we couldn't. So Jefferson Tumule was there at crime intelligence, the abuse of the secret fund account and the resources of crime intelligence that led into her removal. Without getting too much into details about it, but I'm the one that removed her. And fast forward, she becomes the general head of investigations in the police. Don't ask me how it happened. So this is an indication of the influence and the access that Gerald Khan has in politicians. So he bragged about it when he told me, to what extent I did not know. But as you receive information and you get to realize that this man, he is indeed connected to many politicians. I said the lead of EFF, for the first time for me to sit with him is because it's Khan that took me to go and meet with him. Well, obviously, he had his concerns about the rallies and everything they were going to have there. which he would have met me anyway without via Khan. But for whatever reason, Khan arranged that meeting so that we could meet and talk about the concern that they were having as a party. But that was an indication, according to what I observed, that the man is very close to politicians. Their explanation about Steve Mutsumi was that he's the one who has taken over from the Big Five. That's what they were telling me. And they say this man controls just about everything, from government officials to business, tenders, drugs, you name it. That's why they're that afraid that Sibia collects money from him. That's why they gave me the address of where Mutsumi lives and where is the house where he meets up with Sibia. So it is them that gave me all this information. So when they describe this person as a god of criminality in the country that they are afraid of, I was not going to go and expose that. But because they introduced that meeting, I warned Sinona. If Nona was really concerned, as he was when he appeared before Matlanga, he would have reached out to me and said, Matlala has caused a problem. Please don't go ahead and release these names, because I gave it to him on WhatsApp. But he didn't. Instead, they're trying to twist what the meeting was about. That's when I concluded that, well, it might as well come out public. I did not know. I still don't know the face of Steve Mutsumi, but they told me who is Steve Mutsumi.
Can we take it that there are investigations that are underway on this?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely, because subsequent to that meeting, I had to pass it to Charukumal and them and say, Kat Matlala tells me that, Kat and Snon are telling me that there's a gentleman called Steve Mutsumi that lives at Waterfall Estate, and he's got a property here in Sentin, and this is what he does.
Okay.
So they are then investigating as a result.
Okay. General, I want to disagree with something that you said earlier. In fact, I believe that you were reprimanding the MPs, where you were talking about them and about